Tonight's headlines: President Marcos eyes continuous health allowances for medical personnel. President Marcos okays creation of Water Resource Management Office. Sandiganbayan denies Marcoses' bid to retake forfeited assets. Philippines post 199 new COVID-19 cases. DepEd to look into alleged procurement of overpriced cameras. Philippine manufacturing kicks off 2023 upbeat. And stocks rise on positive sentiments. Good evening. Today is Wednesday, February 1, 2023. I am Elmer Navarro Manuel and this is Tribune News on Q. Here are the stories for this evening. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. on Wednesday directed the continuous health allowances for medical workers despite the expiration of the state of calamity in the Philippines. To recall, the Department of Health had asked for the extension of the state of calamity which expired on December 31, 2022. It was former President Rodrigo Duterte who placed the country under a state of calamity until September 12, 2022 due to the pandemic. President Marcos pointed out the declining number of infections in the Philippines based on recent records, adding that the number of anti-COVID-19 doses is still sufficient. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. on Wednesday approved the creation of a Water Resource Management Office to manage the country's water resources and respond to present environmental challenges. Marcos tackled the importance of planning when it comes to water management as he stressed the need for a plan that will serve as a roadmap for waste management agencies. The President suggested that the WRMO's first action should be reducing the country's reliance on groundwater and deep wells, as well as managing surface water supply. According to the Presidential Communications Office, an executive order will be crafted to enable the National Water Resources Board, Metropolitan Water Works and Sewerage System, and Local Water Utilities Administration, and the other water-related agencies of the DENR to have a collaborative mechanism under the WRMO to implement water management programs. The Sandiganbayan has denied the motion of the Marcos family to take control anew of assets earlier forfeited in favor of the national government, surrendered by compromise agreements or considered frozen accounts. The resolution promulgated on January 25, 2023 by the Sandiganbayan 3rd Division was in response to the omnibus motion filed on August 10, 2022 and in supplement to the omnibus motion filed on August 17, 2022 by former First Lady Imelda Romualdez Marcos and her daughter Irene Marcos Araneta. The motion sought for the issuance of the writ of execution under the revised rules of court on the properties denominated as frozen accounts, surrendered by virtue of compromise agreements, sequestered but not in the PCG custody, and sequestered under the PCGG's control and supervision. The anti-graft court said it denied the plea for writ of execution of the Marcoses for lack of merit. It also sought to clarify the status of some assets and properties pertinent to the case. Tribune News on Q will be back after these reminders.
Mga impormasyong direktang makukuha mula sa sources at diretsahang usapan. Yan ang ating damin sa inyo sa programang Straight Talk. Samahan nyo kami sa makabuluhang talakayan live tuwing Martes alas 10 ng umaga sa official Facebook page ng Daily Tribune at Tribune Now on YouTube. Be updated sa news and happenings katribu. Hatid ng Daily Tribune sa inyo ang mga balitang napapanahon sa loob at labas ng bansa. Kami na ang bahala sa paghahatid sa inyo ng mga latest and reliable news. We got you covered sa programang Tribune News on Q. Mapapanood mula umaga hanggang gabi, Lunes hanggang Biyernes sa Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now on YouTube.
In other news, the Department of Health on Wednesday registered 199 new COVID-19 cases, more than double than what was recorded on Tuesday, January 31, 2023. Despite this, the country's active tally decreased from 9,604 from 9,632. The DOH said the nationwide caseload climbed to 4,073,454 and the recovery tally rose to 3,998,048. The death toll also climbed to 65,802 with 23 new fatalities. The National Capital Region logged the most cases in the last 2 weeks with 715, followed by Calabarzon with 363, Western Visayas with 251, Davao Region with 203, and Central Luzon with 169. The Department of Education on Wednesday said it will investigate another allegation claiming that the agency purchased overpriced cameras in 2019. DepEd spokesperson Michael Powa said in a television interview that he will look into the matter before giving further comments, as it is still uncertain to them which cameras were being compared in a now deleted post of a photojournalist. The post showed a photo of a Canon 1500D camera with a DepEd sticker attached, indicating an acquisition cost of $155,929. Other details such as the DSLR camera serial number, acquisition date, and accountable officer were on the sticker. To recall, on January 19, the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee released a report into the DepEd's controversial procurement of laptops for public school teachers in 2021, which showed that the contract for the supply and delivery of the gadgets was overpriced by at least 979 million pesos. In business, Philippine factories started the year on a high note, recording one of the strongest manufacturing performances in Southeast Asia in January. S&P Global reported Wednesday that the Philippine Manufacturing Purchasing Managers Index last month was at 53.5, higher than the 53.1 score in December 2022. S&P Global said the country's PMI increased for 3 consecutive months, with score in January being the highest in 7 months. S&P Global also showed that the country's manufacturing score last month is the second strongest in surveyed nations in Association of Southeast Asian Nations, only behind Thailand with a factory index of 54.5. And risk-on sentiments returned to the local financial market on Wednesday amid inflation concerns, among others, and allowed both the main equities index and the peso to close the day with gains. The Philippine Stock Exchange Index rose by 3.57% or 242.51 points to 7,035.76 at the closing bell. The broader all shares followed after it increased by 2.70% or 96.77 points to 3,687.17. The sectoral gauges were led by services after it jumped by 4.34%. It was trailed by holding firms at 3.69%, industrial at 3.14%, property at 2.79%, financials at 2.74%, and mining and oil at 0.73%. Volume reached 1.06 billion shares, amounting to 8.99 billion pesos. Advancers led decliners at 143 to 49, while 43 shares were unchanged. The local currency also gained against the US dollar after finishing the day at 54.475 from the previous day's 54.64 close. That wraps up the stories tonight. Catch us again tomorrow only here at Daily Tribune's Facebook page. Again, this is Elmer Navarro Manuel and you're watching Tribune News on Cue. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home. Good night, and God bless us all.
Catch the latest news on our website, tribune.net.ph. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tribune Now. Download the Daily Tribune app on Apple Store for iOS and Google Play for Android to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune invites you to join its Viber community, Katribu, to get updates on the hottest news on politics, business, sports, lifestyle, and entertainment. Emoticons of the Tribune mascot Tercito are available on our community Viber.
Soul up. Soul up. Listen.